It started here, we're back here. I'm really proud of this, and I really should thank you for all of it. Today I present to you the gentleman from OCE Pedals and Buddy Blues. What is up, YouTube? My name is Buddy Blues, and it's the happiest day of my life, and it's Small Business Tuesday, and it's Buddy Blues Signature Pedal Day. It really is an honor to show you this. We've worked on this tirelessly. There was 5 prototypes. This has been, I think, 2 years in the making. I've played a lot of fuzz pedals in my life. This is more than that. We'll get to that in a second. I've played a lot of fuzz pedals. I know what I like and I know what I don't like in fuzz pedals. And I know that Chris from OCE understands that. He knows. He built a fuzz pedal knowing, one from a long time ago, knowing damn well that I would fall in love with it. And he voiced it to stuff that I like. He understands my taste and I understand his. So we wanted to come up with something that I think is a problem solver for fuzz pedals, especially for people that don't like fuzz. Now, I don't know why you wouldn't, but it's fine. We're not getting into that. No one's here to judge you today, okay? You hear the internet tell you, and the Joe Bonamasas and the Eric Johnsons and all of that. You hear these people tell you a fuzz pedal should go into a cranked amp. Some of us don't have the luxury of cranking an amp. Some of us are bedroom players, some of us play arenas, and everything in between. Some of us don't have the luxury of, that's 100 watts, that's 40 watts. 40 watts is a lot, 10 watts is a lot on a tube amp. You know, 10 watts is never 10 watts. It's probably like 15, 20 when you're pushing it. Anyway, so in order to get that breakup, you have to go with an amp that either is a tube amp, number one, two, has a master and a gain, Or what if you don't have a 2 amp, you have a solid state? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to solve all these problems for you. What, am I going to sit here and waste your time? I never waste your time. I'm wasting time right now. Anyway, what we decided to do is solve that. So a lot of us end up putting an overdrive after a fuzz, right? Because we're simulating a broken tube amp, a broken up tube amp. So fuzz pedal has just a level. We made the knobs big so that when you sit and when you're playing and whatever, it's on your pedal board and you're live on stage, your foot can go on it and you have a very excellent indicator right here. I'm not saying we're geniuses, we're just brilliant. So the fuzz is maxed out. It's a 2-transistor fuzz. I'll have Chris tell you all about it in a little bit with his terrible audio, his terrible microphone that kept clipping. So just like his Black Rider fuzz, the fuzz inside is maxed out, 2 transistors maxed out, and your level is just the volume. You want it to push the amp, you want it to be at unity, I like it at unity, whatever you want. Cool, and then you use your volume knob on the guitar. This has the best cleanup on earth, no joke. Now on the left side of the pedal, we built a boost. He's done boosts before. I had a stroke. He's done boosts before that are very similar to this, like in the pliers. It's sweet and boost. So output and bias. This isn't gain. This isn't bias. The gain, it's going to be gainy. You just control what the bias of what the temperature of the transistor inside is. All the way this way, you're also going to get into fuzzy territory. That cleans up because it's the same type of transistors that we use in a fuzz. So this is a dirty boost and it just fills up the sound. It's every frequency that you want. It's fullness. On a Strat, lovely, single coils. On P90s, amazing. On a Gibson humbucker or whatever, on a humbucker, it is the recorded sound of a humbucker that you've always heard. So the boost by itself is lovely. Now, together, what do they do? Oh, this is so good. I've always wanted one like this, by the way. So that you don't have to hit the fuzz and then find your overdrive 8 miles away on your pedal board. It's there. What that boost does, once it's turned on after the fuzz, after the fuzz in the circuit, it rounds the fuzz out. So anytime you put that, whatever, transparent overdrive after your fuzz, and it makes the sound very full, very round, violin-like, Eric Johnson-like, those are my favorite type of fuzzes. This does it in one pedal. So if you're a fan of like noise rock and all of that, and the shoegaze and the very fuzzy, fizzy fuzz, there is that in here. If you want to round it out, there's that too. However, into a cranked amp, so all of everything I've been saying is into a clean amp. Into a cranked amp, you are set, because now the boost is not going to give you any volume boost really, because there's no more headroom, if you will. It's going to be saturation, and the fuzz is going to be instant violin, and together on a cranked amp it's going to be destruction. Let me bring in Chris a little bit so we can explain the nerdy stuff for the people that want. Otherwise you can just skip through this and go to the playing. But hey, and here he is, Chris Evans from OCE Pedals. Hi Chris.
Hello.
Thank you for being on the channel. We've met in person before, but we have to do this on Zoom because you're very far. So what transistors are in this?
Was it 2N1711? So they're hard to find. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in a fuzz I liked a lot, and I got some and I was trying and stuff, and then I was like, why not? I threw them in the Black Rider one.
Yeah.
And then so I had to buy a bunch for this run because I need them in a specific value and all that jazz that people complain about. It
is the cleanest sounding cleanup, the best kind of cleanup. A lot of fuzzes go just treble when you clean them up, or they get too bright, or they get too thin. This is the perfect cleanup for me. Speaking of cleanup, the boost side also cleans up very well. Why? How and why?
And it's like this weird transistor boost. It's kind of like I call it a dirty boost, because it's not just like a volume output thing. If you crank the bias knob, the sweet knob, all the way up, it can get kind of fuzzy. Especially depending on what kind of amp you're going into. So you can clean it up because it has some like hair on it and stuff like that.
Thanks for all of this. for making my favorite fuzz pedal of all time. And that takes quite a bit.
I think it's one of the best things that I've done. I really love the artwork too, the powder coat.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Nerdy stuff out of the way. Terrible microphone from Chris. Out of the way. I tried to fix the audio, man. I'm sorry. Now let's get to it. I want to play my LSL, my white LSL, 3 single coils. Then I'm going to play my Gibson Les Paul, 2 humbuckers. This one's in E flat. Oomph. And I'm going to use my Victory Super Duchess because it has the thing that I mentioned before. It has a master volume and it has a volume, channel volume. 1 channel amp, meaning I can crank the amp and turn the master down so that I don't deafen the whole house. With that, the gentleman, Victory V140 aux box. Let's get to it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have now heard the gentleman, Fuzz and Boost, Buddy Blue signature from OCE pedals. It does the thing. It does everything I want in a fuzz pedal, and I think everything you want as well. Because to a non-fuzz lover, it's not that very crunchy, trebly fuzz. The cleanup is lovely, and the boost is so damn usable. It just works on any amp, including solid state stuff. How do I know? Because I tried it on a Boss Katana, and this thing still singed, and it sounded so good. This is the part where it's gonna get a little bit mushy. If you wanna skip through that, I completely understand. I will just say thank you for watching, and thank you for the past 4 years. Like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Now, on to the mush. I am originally from Beirut, Lebanon. I started playing guitar at 14 years old, and I never thought that we'd get here. Now, some of you may think this is just a fuzz pedal, bro. This is just a pedal. This is your stupid logo next to his stupid logo, and it's just a fuzz pedal that sounds great. It's a bit more than that to me, and I owe that to you, because if you didn't watch, none of this would happen. It would be me in this here living room talking to myself, to my wife, to the dog, and no one listening. It would be me at shows, at live shows. I used to play 5 shows a week, trying to push my band, trying to push my albums, trying to sell CDs, trying to sell t-shirts and stuff like that. Of a t-shirt that has a logo that with this guy, like, who is this guy? So from playing shows at Starbucks in Beirut in Lebanon to this, it's kind of mind-blowing to me, and it's very difficult for me to process because I'm not good with emotions, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a man and I suppress my feelings until I explode. But thank you. Thank you for watching for the past 4.5 years of this whole YouTube thing. It did change my life. So many things are better because of you, because you decide to watch, because you find this guy funny, because you like the way this guy plays, you like the jokes, you like the pedals he shows, you like the amps he shows, the guitars, whatever. I never take that for granted. I never will. And I really would like to thank each and every one of you. Thank you for getting us here. I say us because it's us. Thank you for getting us here. Oh, this is difficult. Thank you for all of it. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't want to. This is amazing, and I really hope you grab one. The first run is going to be signed by me and Chris. We signed them all when I was in California 2 weeks ago on the inside. And then there's going to be a second run. So if they sell out, just get on the mailing list. He's going to keep making them. We're going to work him to death in his basement. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.